So our first app is Inspire, and pretty much the concept of the app is there's going to be an Inspire Me button at the homepage, which takes you directly onto social media, and it's kind of like a social media app where it's a community effort to boost your creativity and helping inspire artists and creators from all over the world. And while other apps have a very general audience, things like Pinterest or maybe like Dribble, the Inspire app is specifically targeted towards creators who are looking to for inspiration for their next big projects. So you can sort through all this work and you can like a bunch of different things and put them into different kind of like bins, like aesthetics. And then you can easily label them and go through them and have them sorted. Not only can you look through what other artists create, but you can also upload your own work anonymously to help inspire others. And the whole thing is that it's anonymous. It's kind of like helping people grow and inspire people without having it be labeled as your work. Inspire also works with every application you can imagine. It helps you like flow from your inspiration to your creativity and helps you create things by working with Adobe and Procreate, all the different kinds of creative platforms that you use to create different things. And it takes you directly from the inspiration part of it to the actual creation part. And the little slogan kind of catch line or tagline thing is creating inspiration, inspiring you to create. So this is the concept for the aesthetic. It's kind of like imagine like cotton candy kind of vibes, really open blue and like pinkish, really soft colors there. The aesthetic overall for the app, and then the app aesthetic itself is going to be. If you imagine if you have the app Headspace, it's going to be something similar to that, where it has like rounded edges and a bunch of different images that you can see, illustrations, really easy to work through. Like I said, the rounded edges, kind of that whole open vibe, and it has a lot of white space and open space to make it more modern. Um, the color palettes, I have a few different color palette samples here, but I really like the one on the right side. It has a bunch of different colors, and these colors are really like pastels. Something really cute about them is I just think that they all kind of remind of cotton candy, and cotton candy was the vibe that I got from the aesthetic that was shown before. And then lastly, the typography inspiration. These are kind of like, if you can imagine the wedding invitation vibes, things like that. And also here at the bottom, you can see kind of like handwritten notes, things that are highlighted, stuff like that. The little letters here that you see on the bottom left-ish side, the fancy A's and the fancy B's. I really like the type that I used, or the typeface that I used for the actual presentation, which is seen in the different colors there. But the little curls here for the A's and B's and the capital letters that's kind of the vibe for that.
So our second app concept is Shout, and this is going to be an instant messaging application that kind of combines video messaging, text messaging, and photo messaging all into one app. And basically, we're going to make it a very user-friendly experience and also a design-forward experience. So unlike a lot of other messaging apps that don't think about design and don't think about the aesthetic, we're going to kind of go in a different direction and make this more of a artistic, pleasing to the eye messaging app. And it's also going to allow you to have groups of unlimited size, unlike GroupMe, iMessage, and Snapchat, which impose limits on groups. We're going to be less restrictive. And it's also going to take after kind of a retro diner cafe aesthetic that's going to give users a sense of community and gathering. And so, like I said, the aesthetic we're going for is kind of retro vibes, 60s, 70s kind of colors with bright pops of pink and blue. And that's going to catch our users' attention and make them want to keep coming back to the app. And then our app is also going to utilize a lot of similar features to iMessage and to GroupMe. You're going to be able to direct message people. You'll also be able to group message people. And we're going to use similar icons to iMessage so that you can see avatars or faces of the individuals you're messaging, as well as different colors for your messages versus the messages coming in so that you can differentiate that easily on your screen. And then these are the three different color palettes we're looking at for this app. The one on the far right is more of a muted retro theme, and then the two on the left are more of a kind of in-your-face, bright colors to get people's attention. Those will be used more for accents, whereas the one on the right could be used more for like larger concepts and larger aspects of the design. And then the typography is also going to follow a retro style. It's going to have kind of bulky letters for a lot of the titles, and then for some of the smaller text, it's going to have pretty thin minimalist style, but we're still going to stick with a pretty colorful and poppy aesthetic.
So our last app is called Mask Up. This is an application that sends users reminders to remember their masks, to grab hand sanitizer, and to update them on the most current CDC guidelines. Along with these reminders, the app also has different features that explain how to celebrate birthdays and weddings and other really fun events in new and creative ways due to the pandemic, because obviously there's restrictions on how many people can be inside and how many people can be outside. So this application will kind of compile different articles and can be a feed of other people's ideas on how to celebrate these things safely and to still have fun. So the overall concept is very cutesy and just something you want to see on your phone every day. Very fun, outgoing, like graphics and pops of color. So I thought these pictures were cute and captured that pretty well. This is the actual app design itself, the concept of it. Obviously, there are some news articles, also the way that the application will actually look kind of towards the right-hand side, and little reminders that will pop up on your phone throughout the day, just so you can check in, make sure you have your mask on, you've drinking enough water, ideas like that. This is the color palette, something fun but also a little bit calming. We decided that blue kind of indicates doctors and staying healthy, but not the sad colors of blue, more of the vibrant poppy colors of it. And for our font, we chose very bold, fun, more doodle-like graphic type fonts that you would be excited if it popped up on your phone and didn't look like an everyday reminder.